Assalamu'alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome back with me again, Fadlan, Zholifunnas, Soemarta. But today, I'm not alone. Today, I'm with Mr. Ramadhan Kautsar Pasya.
Hey guys, it's me Ramadhan.
So, why here? Why I'm invited Mr. Rama to this podcast today? So, Mr. Rama, I heard that today's you study overseas is kind of popular around high school students, isn't it?
Yeah, that's true.
So,
Especially in Indonesia students because they want to see the outside world and want to see another countries beside Indonesia.
So, Mr. Roma, what do you think about this study overseas thing? Is it a good thing or is it a bad thing?
Well, I think it's a good thing because you can see another world like from another country, and you can see from another perspective and can feel a whole new environment, can communicate with new friends with another language.
So you think it's a good thing, But you know what? There are sometimes some people that tell that if you go study overseas, you are not nationalism. You know what? You hate your country. You only love other country. You didn't have a patriotism in your heart or something like that. So what do you think about some people that misunderstanding these things?
Well, I think it's like they just think it too far. Like when you go to outside of the country, it's not always the reason like, oh, you love other countries than Indonesia. No, it's not that reason. You want to share Indonesia culture with another country, with another people from another country. Like tell this culture, this Indonesia culture to another country. It's great things. They just misunderstand and didn't think it that way.
So you think that mindset like that, it's a wrong mindset, you know what? Yes?
Yeah.
So guys, here, Mr. Roma, tell that if you have that kind of mindset, if you tell that your friend want to go study overseas and you tell them that, oh, you didn't love your country, you only love other country, it's not true. There's so many benefits that we can get from study overseas, especially like we can know how other country manage their country, and it can be meaningful for us students, and it will be meaningful if we want to go work in other country. Is that right, Mr.
Yeah,
Roma?
that's true.
So, Mr. Roma, have you ever think about like sometimes or in the future you will go to study overseas? What country you want to go?
Well, I do think like that. Like I want to study abroad, of course, and another high schooler like us also want to go abroad. So it's a very common thing, and my target that I want to go, the country is like maybe Australia. Australia is my country target to go there, and I really want to study in there and maybe see something new.
Australia, it's somehow unexpected,
Yeah.
Like if you ask other people, like what country do you want to go? Maybe they will like just tell you that I would like to go to Korea, South Korea, of course, Japan, or China,
or America.
Yeah, like country that mainstream. But why Australia?
Because Australia is close to home, close to Indonesia, basically like
You're
that.
right.
Not too far, and also I choose Australia because they commonly use English in there, because well, it's kind of easier just to use English than another, like maybe if you want to go to Japan, like you need to learn how to speak Japanese first before you go in there. So is much more complicated and difficult. So I choose Australia because of that. I already know English and I just need to go there and communicate with them easily.
So the reason why you choose Australia for the country you want to study about is because commonly they use English
as
for
their
the
language,
best.
yes. And I didn't choose America because it's kind of too expensive.
Too expensive or too sensitive? You know what? America is
Too expensive.
popular like guns, headshot, you know, things like
Yes, too expensive.
But you know what? Is there only the reason? Have you ever some memories of Australia? Maybe when you was a child, when you was 3 years ago, or when you was for all age, you have go to Australia and you miss it.
I never go to Australia, but my mom go to Australia so many times, and she got some friends in there, makes new friends, and my mother learned in Australia, in Melbourne. My mother study in there also, so I want to also follow that path, go to Australia and learn there.
Oh, so your mother has been in Australia before?
Yeah, so many times. I don't know how many.
Oh, that's unexpected. It's cool, bro. It's cool. You know, so you want to go the country the same as your mother was before, you know?
Yeah.
So it was your memories then. The reason why you want to go to Australia, not only just they use English as their native, but because your mom used to at Australia before.
Yeah, she go there as a student and also working there sometimes.
What kind of job that your mom do at Australia?
My mother is, well, she's now is in, what is it called? Like immigration.
Immigration. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so like, is like the security.
Oh.
Like see people from another country come to Indonesia and then check them, like like that.
She was, or nowadays she
Still.
is. Oh, she's still. Okay. So it's good for you then. You have a target for what country you want to be and what country you want to go next.
Yeah.
And inside your heart, do you really want to go study overseas?
Of course I want it. Because of that, I choose Australia as my plan.
Why don't just stay in this country, in this place? Like Indonesia is not a bad country, isn't it? Like you have a cool foods, cool things, cool friends like me, and so many cool things and delicious things in this country.
Yeah.
You know Random?
Yeah, I know Ramadhan.
In Australia, you will never get Random, bro.
Yeah, I know, but it's good to see something new, isn't it? I ate rendang so many times, so maybe it's time to find some new things.
That's a really good. That's a really good motivation for you.
Yeah, see something new. And how about you, Mr. Fadlan? How about yourself? What country do you want to go overboard or overseas?
Well, for me, I don't know. Maybe.
Like Japan, because you're
You got it right.
kind of weeb.
Oh no! It's not the reason. You know. Well, I am like animals, but I'm not weird. But the main reason I want to go to Japan, I do say before that Japan, Korea, and China is a mainstream country that people want to go. But I am a mainstream, you know, like. But I do know something like Japanese thing and you know, and their language, of course. But I don't know hiragana, katakana, and kanji yet. But I do want to know some days. But the main reason why I want to go study abroad is because my father was have been at Japan before around
So
3 years when he hasn't married and 6 months when he has me. So when I was a child, my father would go to Japan and we communicate with an app called Skype. You know Skype?
yeah,
Yeah.
my mom used it.
Nah,
back then.
that's it. I used to use that apps. It's a really good app, you know. I can see my father's face. I can talk with my father's, and when I was a child, I was like, well, hey, that's fine. Even if my father isn't by my side right now, but my mother is still with me, isn't it? And the things that I like when my father come back to Indonesia is he brought so many things, so many foods, so many books that I can read, I
Yeah.
can curious about. So it's really a never change experience, I guess. You know what? I do miss my father sometimes when I was a child. Like
Of course.
I was around 6 or 7 years old like that, or maybe even younger. But at the time, I do feels like I want to go with my father. I want to be by his side, and I want to ask our family, all of us, is gather together again at one place and eating a food or something that delicious or something maybe that we can laugh about, we can talk about. Even that something isn't unnecessary and unimportant, but still, their laugh, their smile is everything to me. But I know that when my father come back to Japan, he brought me so many things, you know, that never been in Indonesia before. And it's my first time seeing that thing, especially like a comic. It's not a comic, but it's like a news book about cartoon thing, like Pokemon and things like anime things. And the first animals that I know is Pokemon. You know, when I was young, even nowadays, I always like animals and Pokemons inspired by animals, by many animals in this earth, you know. So when I was see that book, I see so many Pokemon in there, and I was like, oh hey, if I go to Japan, can I see this thing in my whole world? Like, it's really some experience that I never feel, you know. And that's why I want to go to Japan. And when I was grow older, I knew that Pokemon isn't real, but it's some fantasy thing that humans make about. But still, even if I know that isn't real, even though it's fake, somehow I still want to go to Japan. And when my father tell his story when he was in Japan, he sees sakura's flower, you know,
Yeah. The pink
a
one.
pink flowers that blooms every
Every
know.
day, every year.
every year, I guess, every
Maybe every year.
summer, I guess. He said that that place is really beautiful, and I was just like, some days I would like to go to Japan and I see that thing, and I will tell my son, my grandson, my grandchild, or my wife how beautiful the sakura flower is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And yeah, maybe it's and my father always tell me how cold the winter is in Japan.
Yes, the winter. I want to know how snow feels like, you know,
You know what I
it's
mean?
cold,
You know what I
but-
mean? That's it, Roma. That's it. My father always tell me that it's very cold. It's unexpected. It's hard to breathe. Even when you breathe, smoke
There's a little.
come out from your mouth. I was
Yeah.
like, that's cool. That's cool, bro. Isn't that
That's cool.
For me, that's I'll never experience some winter things like before. You know, it's just wow. It's something that I never experienced, and it's cool. It's so cool.
Yeah, because Indonesia is a tropical island and we never see any
I
snow.
kind of bored for this with
Rain.
rain and sun to broken of my day, you know. So the reason why I want to go to Japan is, yeah, that's the reason.
Snow.
Because the snow, sakura flowers, and the main reason is I want to know how was my father feels when he was going to Japan, and I want to know the truth that the story of my father's. Like, yeah, I just want to know that. Feels like, you know,
Snow.
feels nostalgic.
Oh, yeah.
It feels like, oh, you know, I ever imagine that I go to the plane, exploring, see other countries, fly over other mountains,
Yeah.
city, and maybe others home that some family that they still laugh about, they're still talking, you know. But when I was arrived in Japan, one step forward and take my feet off to the ground, and then I will see that how the airport in there and how people in there and how the culture in there. I was like, oh, so this is what my father always feels like that, you know. It's kind of feel that amazing, you know. It feels something that I couldn't tell right now. but-
Something's different.
It's something different. But you know, maybe I just want to go overboard for not for study, but just for vacation. But for study, my mom's always tell me that if you want to go study overboard, overseas, you should get your certificate, graduation certificate from college, S1. The
Oh,
minimum reason I can go to other country for study, of course, is I should get S1 certificate so that I can continue my S2 certificate in other country. And the country is Japan. But here's some bad story about Japan, you know, like they didn't believe in God. There's a little, maybe even a pieces you can take it by your finger, you know. There's not many, even there's not such a thing as mosque, as musalla or masjid. So it will be difficult for us Muslim to pray when we go to Japan. But overall, Japan is a cool country. Japan is a cool country, you know.
yeah. That's true, that's right. So, how about your. I heard that you go to Malaysia before, right? Like, that's another country as well, so how about that?
Yeah, it's very funny. How did you know that?
Well,
Of course, you're my friend. You know that. Just joking. You know, my experience. Are you talking about my experience of internship thing, or
yeah, the internship thing.
talking about my experience for go on a vacation in another country.
Internship thing.
But okay, I will tell you this. But you know, the internship thing is really meaningful to me. Like, so for the internship program is really meaningful to me. Yeah, I get so many experience from the internship program. And for the vacation things, because Malay is not that far away from Indonesia.
Yeah.
And
So it's not very different from Indonesia.
so when people said you can get shock culture things, I didn't, because Malay is similar to Indonesia.
Yeah, it's
And
kind of the same
that's why I didn't get that
culture.
culture shock things. So Mr. Roma said that you want to go to Australia for your study abroad, right?
Yeah, and you want to go to Japan as well.
Yeah, and how about you guys? Do you want to go study abroad? And if you do, what country you want to go and what's the reason? Comment down below. Don't forget to subscribe and don't forget to eat your food. Oh, I forgot. It's puasa today, you know. And well, without further ado,
Thank you very much.
thank you for all of your attention, and don't forget to come to our next video. I'm Fadlan Zholifunnas Soemarta.
And Ramadhan.
See you in the next video. Goodbye.